Today, we'll be talking to Geneva, a prolific cosplayer from the Philippines who has won various awards and has partnered through advertising projects with companies like Globe Telecom, Linnell Hair Fashion, and more. Together, we're going to take a deep dive into the depths of Philippine cosplay. So, how are you, Geneva?
Yeah, hi, good evening. I'm very much I feel really good today and dito lang naman sa house. So not much
Well, thanks
on
for
anything.
joining us and spending your evening with us. We're very curious
Yes.
to see your ideas of the Philippine cosplay community. Okay, so the first question we'd like to ask is how would you describe the cosplay community today here in the Philippines?
The cosplay community here today in the Philippines, I would
Yep.
describe it as mas famous na siya. Kumbaga, cosplay became mainstream. Before I started cosplaying, I had may kapatid ako. So, yung brother ko was, siya yung from the first generations of the cosplayers. So, like 2003, 2004 cosplayers. So, when we talk to each other and we like handed out our experiences in regards to cosplay. And then, lagi nga din niya sinasabi sa akin na ang laki na ng pinagbago ng cosplay from before to now. So, ngayon kasi everything is accessible to everyone. Everything is laid down. Like, pwede ka nang umorder, pwede ka nang magpagawa. Unlike before, scarce yung resources. Pero today, it's really parang mas tanggap ng tao today na, you're a cosplayer, that's nice. So, kilala mo si Alodia, kilala mo si Myrtle, something like that. Cosplay is more of before weird yung tingin ng mga tao. Pero right now, sobrang ini-embrace ng tao yung culture ng cosplaying.
Okay, that's a curious observation.
Mhm.
Everything's been become more mainstream, more accessible for everyone.
Mm.
Well, what do you think of the statement that it's actually a popular statement now? Uh, is cosplay really for everyone?
Mhm. I would stand sa cosplay is for everyone. Kasi, for me, different age, race, sizes, or, alam mo yun, beliefs, professions in life, lahat sila nagka-come up with one hobby, which is cosplay. So, it's really interesting to know na people like engineers, accountants, auditors, teachers are doing this kind of hobby. So, I think talagang it's really for everyone. Pero ano lang naman, nagkaroon lang naman ng taint na it's not for everyone when someone starts bashing one another. So, para sa akin kasi cosplay is something like an escape zone for everyone with their realities in life. Cosplay is really the comfort zone for those kind of people. And for a person like me na uh, outside this cosplay career, I have my own professional career. And ayun, it's really, I think, cosplay is for everyone in a sense lang talaga na you can cosplay whatever you want, whether lalaki ka, babae ka, bakla ka, tomboy ka, bisexual ka, or whatsoever, as long as you really love what you are doing and you really love the character. So that's how I put it in.
Okay, that's an interesting point. Recently, there's been a lot of backlash about
Mhm.
very harsh criticism of cosplayers. Mali yung ganitong part ng costume mo, or you're not
Mhm.
the correct size or correct shape
Mhm.
for a specific cosplay. And this is
Yeah.
being called like ito yung mga parang dark side of cosplay. You say parang dark
Mhm.
side of cosplay. And
Opo.
it's one of the things na medyo it actually brings you down because if you suddenly feel, people suddenly feel that they're losing confidence. Some the bashing is really 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 really
Yes.
harsh. So and it
Mhm.
makes people really feel bad. What is your opinion? What
Mhm.
do you think this dark side of cosplay is?
Kasi, since the time na cosplay became mainstream and, cosplay became a very, ah, paano ba? since pinasok kasi yung cosplay community ng mga tao na naging artists, like naging celebrity, naging, other people thought na when they cosplay, it can be a gateway to fame. So,
Yes,
ang
totoo yan.
ang nangyayari kasi when people think na ano, parang, cosplay ano, 'pag cosplayer ka, maganda ka. Dapat 'pag cosplayer ka, perfect yung ganito mo, perfect yung gamit mo, perfect yung ganyan. Kasi actually, I would agree dun sa sizes, mali yung cosplay accuracy, blah, blah, blah. Kasi actually, I experienced that when I was starting in this hobby. So, since I said earlier na I had a brother and a sister who's a former cosplayers, they experienced the same din naman before. Pero, yung ngayon kasi, it's really different. Kasi a lot of people will actually judge your craft kasi hindi pasok sa standards nila. So, nung nagsa-start pa lang ako and I know, sinasabi kasi nila na cosplay is a very fun hobby and you got a chance to meet friends, you got a chance to explore a lot of stuff, you got a chance to meet someone na kasame ng fandom mo with anime games and more. So, dun talaga, i-ju-judge talaga nila color ng damit mo. I had an experience with that kasi I cosplayed, what do you call, tsundere character. A tsundere
Ah,
character and then kailangan kasi yung look mo and yung expression mo when you cosplay a tsundere character is tsundere, like yung Aisaka Taiga type of characters.
how
Kasi
would you
ayun,
describe it to like people who aren't familiar with that term?
uh, how would I describe it? It's
Mhm.
more of, uh, paano ba? It's like a pessimist for me. Parang, uh, you like the thing, pero you don't
Mhm.
want people to know na you like the thing, pero you actually like it.
Ah,
So, parang ang grumpy ng look mo and pero
hmm.
actually ano, parang pakipot in Filipino term, it's like pakipot ka. So, kasi yung expression ko with the character, I cosplayed ano, Shanna from Shakugan no Shan, it's a very old anime. Maliit siya. Eh, 5'4" ako, so matangkad ako for the character, not supposed for 11, for something ang height.
Hmm.
So, I really got, an insult for that na, "Oh, hindi ka mukhang tsundere, hindi ka matangkad ka, bakit yan yung kinosplay mo?" And I was like, bakit hindi? Kasi gusto ko yung character, eh. I love watching that when I was in my elementary school days. So, anong problem? So, I guess yun lang talaga. Nagkakaroon kasi ng standard of beauty yung mga tao when it comes
Hmm.
to cosplay.
Like we tend to compare, 'di ba? Parang, yung
Mhm,
cosplay mo is nothing
totoo.
compared to this other person's cosplay.
Yes.
Um, Parang gano'n.
May
The funny thing I find is that, cosplayers are actually, if you're a cosplayer, uh, you understand the difficulty that the people have in actually making the costumes. So usually cosplayers I see, they're usually very supportive. But
mhm,
some
mhm.
of the fanboys, can I use the term fanboys? They become more of the critic. And I have nothing really against criticism. I think constructive
Mm,
criticism is very good, except that
mm,
when the
mm.
criticism feels like it's really oppressive. Yung parang the way that it's said is a way to really put you down
Yes.
or to
Mhm, mhm.
discourage you from improving, because I think everybody has ways to go. I don't think everybody can do a
Mm,
perfect cosplay.
mm.
You can come pretty close, but it there's ways for you to improve and become more
Mm,
accurate and become more effective. Or and the thing about cosplay that I feel, and I'd like to get your opinion on this, is I feel that cosplay in a way is interpretive, which
mm.
means you should be able to put your own tilt on it without being lambasted for it. That you have, it's a way of self-expression, right? So you should be able to
Yes,
express
yes.
yourself the way you should want. How do you feel about
I
that?
I used to have this saying when I started cosplay na I cosplay to express, not to impress anyone. Kasi for me, it's about the self-satisfaction when you do something na you really love eh. And when I receive criticisms like yun nga, that those criticisms before, parang yun yung ginawa kong avenue to make myself better, to make my craft a little bit more better than before. I mean, talagang yun yung ginawa kong way to improve myself din. So, kaso totoo naman din po yun na people, they can criticize. Lalo, ang malakas mang criticize usually is the one who is really, into the character. Like, crush na crush niya yung character or talagang fanboy na fanboy siya ng character. They're the ones na they really love criticizing the cosplayer for like, kinosplay mo yung waifu ko, which is the character that he loves. Pero hindi accurate yung ganito, hindi accurate yung ganyan, dapat ganito ang gawin mo. So, it's really okay naman as long as uh, important kasi in giving criticism is yung tone of how you deliver the message and how you construct your sentences and paragraphs when you wanna type something out. Kesa mangyayari mo kang keyboard warrior na galit lang
So
dun sa
yes, definitely
cosplayer.
keyboard warrior. Well, how do you feel about certain people? Because you mentioned it na parang wife nila or husbando nila.
Mm,
How
mm.
do you feel about certain people taking parang ownership of a certain character? Like, hindi niyo pwedeng i-cosplay to kasi ako lang yung pwedeng mag-cosplay nito. Or in that kind of sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Oo,
this character
may
is
gano'n
mine.
po talaga.
Yeah.
Gatekeeping, yeah, the term is gatekeeping. So, when people start to gatekeep a character, dun kasi nagsa-start yung toxicity sa community na parang hindi naman ikaw yung artist na gumawa nung anime and
Hindi ka naman official eh.
technically, oo, parang technically hindi ka naman mandated by law or anything na, yeah, I'm the one who can only cosplay this character. It's not like that eh. Para sa akin, people should not gatekeep the character. If they really love the character and parang kung gusto nilang dun mag-help sila sa mga rising cosplayers or sa mga newbie na cosplayers, they can give tips. Pero, again, parang giving tips kung yung cosplayer needs to have that sort of tips. Kasi iba din yung unsolicited advices
Oh,
kasi.
yes, correct.
So, malakas din kasi maka-hurt ng feelings na mga bagong cosplayers. And syempre, yung mga dati na cosplayers pero still needs improvement sa craft, iba din naman yung bibigyan mo sila ng unsolicited advice. So, para
Yeah,
sa'kin,
be
yeah,
encouraging rather than discouraging, 'di ba? Parang gano'n.
parang ang gawin mo lang is encourage them to cosplay your waifu even though it's your waifu. Wala namang problema kasi whether i-cosplay niya yan. Kasi at the end of the day, hindi naman ikaw magbabayad ng costume niya. At the end of the day, parang ano naman eh, gusto mo, makita mo lang yung character comes to life. And pag nakita mo na maraming tao na may gusto din sa same na character mo, edi lalaki yung fandom nyo, diba? Parang, at least magkakaroon kayo ng family or bonding kasi you have common interests and love for the character instead of owning the character itself na, no, this is mine. Parang, gumawa ka na lang ng original character mo, edi walang aagaw nun sa'yo kasi it's yours technically.
Well,
Pero,
malay mo naman kung mamaya popular yung character na ginawa mo tapos may ibang magko-cosplay.
ay, kung ako naman yun, I would really appreciate it. Kasi ibig sabihin, maganda talaga yung character itself. And someone appreciates it. Kasi, di ba, when someone tries to do something na parang similar sa ginawa mo, it's parang way nila how they appreciate your work. Parang idol kasi kita eh, kaya ginagaya kita. So, idol kasi kita, kaya ganito ginagawa ko. So, parang iba din yung feeling naman ng gano'n, na
Actually,
makapang-inspire ka.
there's even a saying that, cosplaying is actually, the ultimate form, yung ultimate form of, fandom. Kasi ibig sabihin yun
Mm.
you're totally into it and you've gone above
Oo.
and beyond.
Kasi ano naman, eh, cosplay is hindi naman sa 'di ba sabihin kasi nila before kasi 'pag sinabing cosplay, "Ay expensive, pang-mayaman 'yan,"
Yes,
gano'n.
definitely.
May gano'n po kasing connotation na 'pag nalaman na cosplayer ka, ibig sabihin ang dami mong pera kasi ang dami mong panggastos for the ano, for the hobby. Pero hindi kasi yun, eh. When I started cosplaying, estudyante lang po ako no'n. Like, I'm a college student doing part-time jobs while having my studies, alongside with me. So, parang ang akin lang is kung gaano mo talaga gusto gawin yung isang bagay, yun naman talaga yun. There's nothing impossible, eh. So, I think yun lang.
Well, you touched on something very interesting. Cosplay
Mhm.
is definitely not on the cheaper end.
Mhm,
If you
mm.
really, I mean, you could do it in a way that it's inexpensive, but if you really wanted the accuracy, you really wanted, the high end photo shoots and stuff like that, you really have
Mhm.
to spend money. How do you
Mhm.
feel? Do you feel that it's okay for cosplayers to actually fund their cosplay by monetizing it?
Yes, I would agree. Kasi, with my current situation right now, like, I'm funding my cosplays through paid fan signs. So I accept some invitations, online events, something like that. So, uh, the company that I'm working with right now, which is AutoCute, uh, made an application. It's like it's like Instagram, pero instead of yung likes dun is convertible to cash. So,
Ah, okay.
yeah, yeah. So it's called Happiness. So the app is called Ataske. So I think with that version kasi it is really good for the cosplayers to monetize their work, especially if they are those kind of cosplayers na really passionate sa cosplay scene. Kasi ano din, eh, parang for me bonus points na din kasi na kikita ka from the things na gusto mong gawin, 'di ba? So parang iba kasi yung feeling na yung passion mo is nagbibigay din ng profit sa'yo. So kasi ngayon, lalo na ngayong pandemic, parang practicality wise din, it's really good and it's really helping those cosplayers. Lalo na yung mga cosplayers na maliliit pa lang, like wala pang masyadong cosplays or they're trying to really improve their skills, their craft. It's really good to receive some of those helps then around the community. So I'm not against to funding cosplays, not against to having sponsors or anything. It's just that at least prove to those people na you can be someone na greater than you are ngayon. Parang at least 'di ba, at the end of the day, marirealize mo na meron mang mag-support sa'yo or wala man mag-support sa'yo, may fund man or wala. Kasi before 'di ba wala pa pong hindi pa nauuso yung
Yes,
sponsorship,
hindi pa
hindi
sure.
pa
Yeah.
nauuso yung paid fan sign, hindi pa nauuso yung mga gano'ng bagay sa'tin dito sa Philippines. Ah, People love to still cosplay, eh, kahit 5,000 pa yung halaga nung buong set or 2,000 yung wig or 4,000 yung sapatos. Masakit sa bulsa, eh, pero at the end of the day, if it makes you happy, yun naman yung masaya, eh. Yun naman yung importante. Bonus lang
And
talaga
I
yung may
and I
pera
think you
ka.
can compare it to artists kasi artists, 'di ba,
Mhm.
usually they will say like, why are you charging for your art?" Because if it's a passion, I feel that, why not try to make some money out of it, 'di ba? And it's not
Yeah,
something where you're using the money for illicit, purposes, 'di ba? It's to improve your cosplay or to improve
mm.
your process or to improve your quality, 'di ba? So those are ways so that they can support you in a way. But how
Kasi
do you feel? How do there are different ways to garner support. There
mhm,
are,
mhm.
like, there are some things that, what do you feel is fair game? Like, it's okay. And what do you think is going a little too far? Like, this is a little bit over the line, parang ganun, in terms of
Mhm. In terms of the cosplay scene, I mean,
yes,
for me
yes,
kasi, when it comes to funding your cosplay, para sa'kin ano naman siya, eh, puwede siyang secondary source of income mo for yourself and for the hobby. And actually, some people talaga, yun na talaga yung source of income nila, cosplay. Siguro, beyond the line, for
Yes.
me, as long as hindi ka nang-scam, like kunwari when you laid a project, kunwari I wanna accomplish this character from this game, this will be my top priority. So something like that. As long as you are really transparent with your fans or anything, I think that should be fine. And as long as um hindi ka nakakatapak ng tao, ng kapwa mo. Or, alam mo yun, kasi kunwari mas popular si cosplayer A kaysa kay cosplayer B, then sisiraan ni cosplayer A si cosplayer B para yung fans ni ano, mapunta sa kanya, yung mga gano'n. At least as long as wala kang sinisirang credibility ng ibang tao and, as long as, nag-e-enjoy ka lang sa ginagawa mo. Ang pinakaimportante lang naman dun wag ka lang gagawa ng mga bagay na ano, makakasira sa ibang tao at makakasira din sa sarili mo. So, yun lang yung pinaka-limit
How do you feel
limit.
about the character itself? Kasi, like for instance, I'll give you an example. Some
Mhm.
cosplayers tend to, I guess, sexualize a character.
The
Parang
character like
gano'n, eh.
oo.
If you're affecting the image of that character, do you feel that that's going too far?
I think, lalo na kung yung character bata.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Although that's one of the most popular. I hate to
Yun
tell
kasi
you,
yung
but that's one.
popular, eh. Actually,
Yeah.
oo, kasi minsan kung iisipin mo, for me, like, I create content ng cosplay, the photos and the characters. Actually, mas popular talaga kapag ano, eh, 'pag mga bata yung character and
I think the term
kaso
is loli
yeah, the
character. Parang
loli. Yeah, marami kasi mga lolicon. I had friends. I'm so sorry guys, hindi ko kayo nilalaglag. But yes, um, yun nga, para kasi sa akin, kunwari ako babae, then sinesexualize mo yung batang babae. Parang, napapataas kilay ka na lang eh, na, teka, parang out of the character na siya masyado. For me. Like, ang element kasi sa akin ng cosplay is still being the character but giving something of a touch from yourself na parang, this is how I present this character. Pero hindi pa din mawawala yung identity ng character. So, para sa akin kapag ganun na yung ginawa mo, hindi ko,
yung masyado mo na
hindi,
siyang you take it a little too yung
oo,
parang you
this a little too
you change it
far.
too much,
Or,
parang gano'n. You change the character too
mm,
much.
you, parang para sa akin, it's not the character. It's not that character anymore. Ibang-iba na siya from the other from the way it is talaga. So I think, yeah, I would agree on that statement na it's a little too far for me pag
Mm,
sinexualize mo na yung gano'ng character.
gano'n ka especially yung mga gano'n. And it brings up a lot
Mm.
of other issues also. So, especially with
Oo,
the
pero
age.
minsan kasi masaya yung mga tao sa gano'n, eh. Kaso minsan kasi may mga cosplayers na yun na lang at yun na lang din yung ginagawa. So, kinda like ano lang, siyempre wala naman akong pakialam, it's their life. Pero
Yeah,
just wanna have the justice for the character lang talaga.
correct. Yeah, but
Eh, at
in a
least hindi
way,
siya gatekeeping. In a way, we
yeah,
wanted to like respect the character. Yun lang,
yeah,
respect the
respeto lang sa
character.
character, parang gano'n, yeah. Well, right now, we're hitting the quarantine anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah,
Here in the Philippines, 1 year na tayo, more than 1 year,
1 year.
uh, in lockdown, yeah. So how do you think cosplayers have been affected by the ban on mass gatherings? Yun yung the biggest thing. We can't have,
Sobra,
conventions.
sobra. I think the last event na na-attendan ko ng ma ang last cosplay mania ko was 2018 eh, kasi 2019 I had my licensure exam. And then I
Mm.
was really hoping for the 2020 cosmania and I was like, why?
Yes, tapos
Then
ang laki-laki pa naman
ang
yun, ang ganda ng plano nun
oo,
for
kasi yun 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 kasi 'di ba yung pinakamalaking event na inaabangan talaga ng lahat na, "Yes, pupunta ka ba ng cosmania?" And really really disappointing lang. For me, ang laki ng naging effect ng wala tayong event on-site, walang mass gathering, lalo na sa mga artist, yung yung mga artist na hindi naman nagko-commission ng digital arts online, like yung mga nagbo-booth, and then especially yung mga cosplayers din na events ang kinabubuhayan, ganyan. Kasi usually po 'pag ganyan, 'pag din mass gathering and may mga events, may mga cosplayers din kasi na they get hired for a booth or they get chance to be guest for that event, something like that, and meeting friends. Yun ang pinaka-importante sa convention, eh, yung having the time na ma-meet mo yung friends mo, kakain kayo kahit McDonald's or KFC. Actually, ang laking kawalan. Kasi
Actually,
parang
dami nga nagsasabi yung they miss convention food.
yeah,
Yung food na kinakain mo sa convention,
oo.
nami-miss na nila, 'di ba?
Oo, kasi kahit po ano, eh, kahit yung pera mo pang-ano lang, pang-ticket, pang-pamasahe, tapos pang-McDo, 'pag nandun kasi yung kaibigan mo parang sulit lahat, eh. Actually sulit sulit lahat. Kasi yun yung experience na madadala mo until a very long time na pagkukuwentuhan niyo na, "Uy, naalala mo ba ganito, ganyan." So, I think yun talaga yung nakaka-miss. Kasi 'pag wala kang human interaction na talagang magkakasama kayo, iba, eh. Iba yung
Mm.
feeling na parang nakakaano lang, nakaka-miss na maraming tao na-frustrate and I feel. And mga cosplayers din na ang dami naghanda na ng costumes for the following events. Especially po 'di ba March, April, I guess may event dapat po, then sumunod May, June, tapos May niya, then December. Ang dami nag-prepare na agad ng damit beyond time, tapos di nila magagamit kasi quarantine, hindi din ang risky din po mag-shoot outdoors.
Mm,
I guess
totoo yun.
ang laki ng naging effect sa ano, sa cosplayers.
Well,
Kaya
speaking of conventions,
hmm,
there's been a trend of conventions being named after people. Have you ever thought of naming a convention after yourself? You know, something like Geneva Convention, Gen Con.
eh,
Or what? Oh, those are taken? Well, but you can think of
yeah,
something
yeah.
else.
Actually,
Geneva
naging
Convention.
pang-ano
Oh, nga, no,
sa'kin, eh,
taken yun, no?
pang-asar
Tsaka Gen Con.
pang pang-asar nila kasi sa'kin 'yan since ano, I didn't use any alias or other names sa cosplay. So, my real name is
But so,
my
so your
stage
real name is
name.
Geneva. It's not like something you
Yes,
made up.
it's not like ano, so it's my real name kasi when I started cosplaying, hindi ko naman din po in-expect na parang I will be in this position na I'll have a chance to guest events, host events, or even kasi sobrang sobrang ewan ko po 'no. Parang na-umattend lang po kasi talaga ako before ng event just to sing a song. Sa stage.
Mm,
Just to have the experience lang po ng ano yung itsura ng event, ano yung itsura ng mga cosplayers. Kasi I don't have very much of an idea kasi even though ganun po yung mga kapatid ko, cosplayers. Kasi di ko naman po sila kasama lumaki. So, we're
so parang
different.
it's like do you have like a family bond? Is it like a family bonding time for I mean, sa akin kasi
Anime.
but
Anime po
usually 'di ba like
family bonding time,
yeah,
gano'n.
but I've seen that in events na yung buong family nandun sila naka-cosplay. Have you ever done that in a convention na lahat kayo kasama
Um,
tapos
not yet pa po, pero I was really asking my brother to do that. Like, "Kuya, sige na." More like ano kasi, tuminto na po kasi siya talaga sa pagko-cosplay since yun na, busy na at saka ano na po kasi siya, mga 30 plus na kasi rin siya, eh. And sabi niya sa'kin ano daw, busy na daw siya, ganyan. Pero makikita ko siya sa events, tumatao sa booth, ganyan. Pero hindi na talaga siya nag-ano, hindi na talaga siya nagka-cosplay. More on collector na siya, transition na siya from ano,
transition na siya?
cosplayer to
Although have you thought
collector.
about yung mga like, I've seen families do it sa events na they will
Mm,
cosplay
mm.
like Detective Conan na nandun yung tatay, nandun
Oo.
di ba nga
I really wanted to have that actually. Sabi ko kung hindi siya possible ngayon, malay sa future magka-family ako, gusto ko gano'n yung setup. Like, kahit yung baby gano'n, naka-cosplay din siya. Parang Naruto Hinata and ano, and
Yun
the little
nami-miss ko
kid.
yung mga babies na pumupunta sa conventions na
Ay, oo.
naka-costume.
Gustong-gusto
Ang
ko po
cute-cute, eh.
doon. ang naalala ko po nun merong cute na Nezuko na bata, as in
Yes!
takbo-takbo siya dun. Sabi ko, "Hala ang
Kasi in
cute-cute naman
character
ng
siya the
batang
whole
yun."
time, 'di ba?
In
Saya.
character the whole time naka-bamboo pa talaga siya ta's wala, paikot-ikot lang talaga siya dun ta's wala ang ano, yun lang nakaka-miss yung mga ganun. So, pero I
Well,
never got
now
a chance.
yes, oo. Well, now I think, for the meantime, 'di ba, while we're still in this kind of situation,
Mm,
events have become more online. And one
online.
of these events coming up actually this month is, something called Cosplay Academy. And the
Yes, yes.
very first Cosplay Academy that we'll be holding online is going to be,
Mhm.
held by who is it again?
So, I am really
Can
happy
you
that I got a chance to do the Cosplay Academy online, and it was my first Cosplay Academy and my first, what do you call this? My first experience to work with Cosplay.ph, and I'm really, really happy. The content that I will be showing to everyone, is exclusively on ano, on Cosplay Academy. As in, that was the first time that I've done that content, and ang sarap sa feeling na makapag-ano ka, explore sa panibagong, styles and makeups. Kasi, since I'm doing a makeup challenge, a makeup transformation, it's really nice to give everyone my, knowledge and techniques that I've learned throughout the years of cosplaying, of constant cosplaying. So, I would like to, invite you guys to join me there, and it's really my pleasure to be invited. And, I hope that magustuhan niyo yun. Cute, cute yun, promise. Worth it yun, worth it panoorin. And sana marami kayong mapulot na knowledge sa akin dun, and marami kayong puwedeng itanong and malaman.
if you wanna
Since
know more about the Cosplay Academy, all the details are gonna be in the description of this video, and we'll also post it, we'll put it, as a subtitle right here in the video. That's what the editors are for. Well, anyway, Geneva, could you tell us, if they want to know more about you? Could you
Mhm.
tell us, what your social media, how they can, converse with you, or how they can contact you in case they're interested in?
Okay. If you guys are interested in looking at my stuff, especially my past projects, works, and others, you can go check out my Facebook page. It's at www.facebook.com/goddessmegitan. So it's GODDESSMEYGIETAN. So it's Goddess Megitan. My Instagram, it's at Goddess Megi. My Facebook account is Geneva. It's Geneva Kabading. It's my only Facebook account, guys, so don't forget. It's my personal and cosplay account. Hindi ko na sila nahiwalay, so pardon may mga ano, not cosplay friends doon.
Yung
So
mga family
ayun.
members mo naka-ano dun,
May mga
nakaabang.
family may mga professors din po ako doon nung nagko-cosplay ako nung college. Ayun,
I'm
nandun
curious ako, yung mga yung professor, there's that thing
yeah,
na
yeah, may professors po sa
they're
university.
supportive of your cosplay.
Opo, opo. Actually, natatawa nga po sila. Hindi kasi po nila ine-expect na nagko-cosplay po ako kasi tahimik lang po talaga ako, and ayun, before po kasi mas malapit ako sa professors kasi student leader po ako ng college namin, and ayun po. Sobrang active ko na nanahimik po ako nung nag-cosplay. Ta's nagugulat sila sa pictures ko sa Facebook, ganyan. Pero ako naman very open naman po ako, eh. Though
Like,
ano, may mga professors din na pagtitripan ka pero yeah, very open po kasi ako. I don't wanna hide anything from anyone po kasi. So,
correct. At saka yung mga ibang professors niyan minsan may tinatago din.
oh,
I know so many teachers who are actually professors who are actually cosplayers also, so,
yes,
maybe
yes.
that's why they're more accepting of you.
May mga professors nga po na anime lover pala ta's kukuwentuhan pa ako. Minsan sasabihin pa, "Cosplay mo naman si ano, sa susunod." And I was like, "Nga sir?"
My
Again,
request, not by request.
may request. My request. But yeah, that's my Facebook page. It's my Facebook account. It's Geneva Kabading, and you can see me also every Friday sa Bigo Live. I don't have my my personal Bigo yet, but I'll make one and stage on sa announcement ko sa page na lang po. So my Bigo account for today. Actually, I'm using this account for Otacute. It's at Otacute. So you can see me every night. Friday every night. I mean Friday.
Right.
Friday night. Every Friday
Every
night
night,
I'm
as long as
there.
it's Friday.
As long as it's Friday. But ayun, makikita niyo ako doon, doing some makeup transformation and some mukbang, some singing session, and kwentuhan with everyone. So yun. I also have TikTok account if you wanna view my cosplays. I have a lot of cosplay videos there. It's at Geneva PH. And I think that's it. Hindi ako active sa Twitter, guys. So yeah, Instagram lang,
Anyway,
Instagram.
anyway, thanks for joining us. We learned a lot about the cosplay community here in the Philippines and about you. So we're looking forward to being part of the Cosplay Academy. And what if you guys missed, if maybe you missed the oral dictation of the social media sites, we're gonna put it in the comments and make it easy for you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. It'll be just down there.
Okay.
So
Okay,
yeah.
thank you once again, Geneva, for joining us, and we join you, and,
You.
and we'll see you for Cosplay Academy soon. So until next time, guys, keep
See
on
you next
cosplay.
time.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.